I know from experience when you have jewelry over a certain amount of money, it's insured. In order to cash in on that insurance, you have to file a police report. I told people, look, he gonna file a police report for that jewelry, and he's gonna get identified, and he's not gonna cooperate no more. That's exactly what just took place. Exactly what just took place. So, on a business aspect of things, security's job, if you just have normal security, is to call the police. If you have a close protection bodyguard, his job is to die for you, shoot for you, etc., etc. What did he have? All-duty police officer. Then he had the cameraman. Those two people are going to be the cooperating witnesses. It's not going to be Gucci Man. Gucci Man had on $2 million ring. In order to cash in on that insurance, you got to file a police report. That's what happened. Now he's not going to cooperate no more. So
Some of us came from K-Shot Academy. Some people are stand up and rise. Some people are sit and cry.
What's happening? I've been seeing online a bunch of you street cats, fake street cats. Gucci snitch, and he should have snitched. He shouldn't have snitched. Listen, y'all. You're only a snitch if you commit a crime with a person, and the person that you committed the crime with tells on you or you tell on them. That's a snitch. Okay? If somebody robs you and you say they did it, that's not a snitch. And if people could go, well, back in the day, he was doing street stuff, so why can't he just take it on the chin? And I'm glad old boy pointed out, yo, if, y'all know Gucci wear a lot of jewelry, right? If it's insured, you got to put in a police report. That's the facts. So you got to say, hey, I got robbed. Da, 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 that's what happened. Da, da, da. That's so he can get his stuff, his money back. You know, that's a reality. But y'all go, hey man, you supposed to get, if you get robbed, you supposed to just take it on the chin and stand on business. Listen, bro. If you're a career criminal, I get it. But if you were a criminal and you're not a criminal anymore, you don't gotta abide by the street rules. And I'm gonna fast forward into this by saying most of y'all ain't following street codes who are in the streets. Y'all telling on every damn body. And outside of that, most of y'all you, you never been in the streets, but you got all this street code. If I was in the street, if most of y'all ain't never been in a fucking fight in y'all life. So all of this street shit y'all talking is stupid. It's stupid, okay? And somebody has said it best. He said, "Man, if somebody coming to set you up and rob you, you're not like this not a drug deal, G. What went down wasn't a drug deal. It wasn't actually a crime. You know, they weren't doing illegal activity. You know, he went to go get cop from his plug or whatever. That's not what that was. You know, and taking that a step further. Well, not that particular part, but if somebody robbed y'all, like yo, everybody, I'm gonna get it back in blood. That ain't that. Let me back up. This is why a lot of people used to get knocked off because they will go out and do this type of stuff, rob people, put guns in people's faces, and celebrate the fact that they did it. And they would be going out into the streets partying, not thinking like, yo, I probably shouldn't be wearing this person's stuff. Probably shouldn't be doing that. I probably shouldn't be out here partying, and I don't know who they cool with it if they here. But that's how a lot of y'all got knocked off with the arrogance of, I'm doing, I did a crime, so I get to celebrate and throw it in your face because nothing gonna happen to me. That's BS. But now y'all do it like on social media, y'all flexing other people's stuff that you stole from them, like they can't find you at some point, which is stupid. But that's what y'all doing. Not, I don't think not as much anymore, but it with jewelry and stuff, y'all post that stuff. It makes no sense. Um, the other thing, I really don't want to have to say this. This is why I'm pausing. Let's just say he followed y'all fake street logic and he got robbed and didn't say nothing. Oh, he's supposed to get robbed, not say nothing, let the man out of his contract when he put a gun to his head, and just we gonna handle it in the streets, and then what? Gucci's supposed to kill him? And then and everybody's supposed to, and all you people that say don't snitch and keep it to yourself and keep it in the streets, all y'all gonna would have hopped y'all ass on social media like I'm on social media. I think Gucci did it. Gucci had to do it because he already robbed him. You know what I'm saying? I heard, and this month they robbed him and he put a gun to him, and then he signed a contract, and you know what I'm saying? He's stupid to me because if I would have said something, and because I would have just said it was under duress because I got a gun here. I'm not gonna take that on the chin like that. No, I would have switched it up. But now, people shot, he's dead and shot up, and now I think Gucci did it. I wouldn't be surprised, and it'd be all over social media and the radio, and all y'all who say we're not snitching, that's what y'all would have done. The street cats included, because y'all, because the streets got some gossiping ass people, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets, but let me tell you what he did. His name, his nickname, and what he looked like, and where it was at, and what I saw, and what I think will happen, and probably that's what happened. And I know the people that ran with him, so I know because they've been running around. Like, all right, G. Right. Because we sticking to the street code. Shut your ass up. Now, this whole situation was stupid. And I've said that before. You just asked for a buyout. Just ask for like, what's a buyout? And this goes back to the gangster. It's the difference between a quote unquote gangster and a hustler. Because a hustler would have been like, okay, how much? Okay, that's kind of steep. Let me negotiate that down a little bit. How about that? That? Yeah, if you can sign out for that, I get that on you. I got you then. I get that to you. In this time period. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't think about it like that. Everybody got this fake crash out, what I would have did and what you would. And like the man said, the dude had a cameraman, I guess 2 off-duty police officers. And y'all don't want to say nothing. And off-duty police officers are actual normal security half the time. I ain't say half the time, but that's a normal security thing where people get off-duty police officers to do their security detail. So you put guns on cops, and you think the cops ain't gonna tell? But all you street folks like, you know what I'm saying? Gucci is snitch. He ain't gotta say nothing after that. The cops gonna say him. Look, I was off duty working security. I know him. He had this. We had this. He had it. Yeah, it's cool. But hey, the cameraman had the camera. Think about that. And you was on camera making him sign on camera. But people want to have this street mentality and just excuse all of the stupidity and all of the fuckery. Because if I'm on the side of stupidity and fuckery, let me get away with it. Because that's the street way. No, that's how people get knocked off. Because you ain't gonna let somebody get away. Y'all, that's a rare thing where people go, oh, you know what? It is what it is. Let me move on. If you double back, we're gonna have a problem. But and that's why me talking about this over the years, especially with the increase of social media, you have a lot of people who are quote unquote in the streets on social media, and the vast majority show you why being in the streets is for dummies. People could tell you all that shit I made money over this. Most of them ain't got that money no more. Most of them just got stories, right? And in the stories, like y'all was doing a lot of dumb shit. Might be entertaining, but it was a lot of dumb shit. And something I think it was Charlemagne was like, it's crazy because y'all wouldn't have ran up on a white exec like that. And he's kind of like, how many black people ran up on white execs? I can only think of Ice Cube off the top of my head. That was like in the 80s. But they say Suge. People was afraid of Suge Knight too. But no, I know somebody. I know of a group that did that too. They basically shelved them because of that. Um, but getting back to the topic, you're not in the streets no more. Pooh Shiesty wasn't supposed to be in the streets no more. You know, you got an ankle monitor and you out here doing that's dumb. Your dad let you do it. That was dumb. The people that was with you, dumb. And most of them, probably all of them, was probably depending to eat off of Pooh Shiesty. Nobody had the brains to go, yo, man, if this go bad, we all screwed because you ain't gonna be making money no more because you ain't gonna be you gonna be in jail and we're gonna be in jail with you, and half of them probably gonna snitch anyways. Like, man, I didn't want to do it, man. He made me do it because he was paying me. He told me he wouldn't go. Yeah, like that type of shit. But once again, that's actually snitching. But I'm gonna leave it, because it's all dumb to me. But tell me what you think, man. Catch you on the next one. Peace.